There's a big flood in Lanshan. I got here and my motorcycle just died. Wouldn't start, so I can't go any further. The flood is huge. Recent videos show severe flooding in Lanshan County in Yongzhou City, Hunan Province, with streets submerged and vehicles partially or fully underwater. The floodwaters are continuing to rise. In some areas of Lanshan County, dozens of cars are submerged, some nearly covered to the roof. Ground floor shops along the streets have been flooded. In the videos, residents can be heard screaming as floodwaters rush through, sweeping away vehicles and household items. Rescue efforts using excavators have been reported to aid people trapped by the floods. Chinese media reported that on the evening of May 18th, flooding on Bianmao Road in Lanshan was particularly severe, with water levels nearly 1 meter deep. A white car trapped in the water had occupants, including children, climb onto the roof awaiting rescue. In the video, multiple individuals, including children, are trapped inside a white car surrounded by floodwaters. Residents arrived to assist in the rescue. Mr. Xie, a local business owner, revealed that upon noticing the situation, he and 2 companions helped evacuate 3 children to a safe area. He described the water as nearly 1 meter deep with a strong current, and noted that water had seeped into the car's seats. Mr. Xie and his companions each carried 1 child during the evacuation. Additional videos showed the underground parking garage of Xinlin Garden in Yongzhou flooded, with particularly strong currents at the garage exit. Other footage reveals cars driving through water that has risen to halfway up the vehicles.
Turn right. Oh no, the water's flooded the whole place.
Residents' homes have also been inundated.
Look here, the water's rising. You see all that stuff? It's all underwater. Oh no, it's bad, really bad. I'm alone. Some things I just can't move, but I've moved what I can. Look, the water's still this high. The doors are completely flooded.
Streets in Lanshan County resemble vast bodies of water. The county's Tafeng Central Health Center is flooded, with water levels reaching nearly waist height on adults. Comments from netizens describe the annual flooding during the Dragon Boat Festival season, lamenting infrastructure inadequacies. On May 20th, Hunan's Emergency Management Office issued a flood warning, predicting heavy to torrential rains from May 22nd to 23rd across central and northern parts of the province, accompanied by thunderstorms and strong winds, raising risks of flash floods and geological disasters. According to meteorological forecasts, from the evening of May 21st to May 23rd, a strong rainfall event will move from north to south. Between the 22nd and 23rd, parts of central and northern Hunan are expected to experience heavy to torrential rain, with localized extreme downpours accompanied by thunderstorm winds reaching levels 8 to 10. These intense rains may trigger flash floods and geological hazards in affected areas. According to the official WeChat account of China's Ministry of Water Resources, due to the impact of rainfall, major rivers including the upper and middle reaches of the Yangtze River, Taihu River, and its surrounding river networks are expected to experience rising water levels. Some small and medium rivers within the heavy rainfall areas may exceed flood warning levels. Flooding has also impacted Guangdong Province's Maoming City. On May 18th, heavy rain triggered a landslide in Pingtougang Village, Guangzhou City. State media reported that the landslide occurred around 7 a.m., trapping 7 people. Rescue efforts recovered 6 individuals, with 3 confirmed dead and 3 injured but stable. 1 person remains missing. Given China's tendency to withhold data, actual casualties may be higher. Video footage shows the village submerged in muddy floodwaters, with farmlands underwater and roads covered. Villagers documented collapsed houses and debris including mud, protective nets, metal gates, and tiles. Residents are digging through mud in efforts to rescue those buried. Villagers reported that heavy rainfall flooded many roads with thick mud. Those living near the mountain experienced landslides, breaking windows and allowing mud to rush into homes. The heavy rain began around 2 a.m. and lasted until approximately 8 a.m. Many residents in the affected area near the mountain were relocated. According to reports, the affected site includes a 3-story self-built house. whose first and second floors were breached by landslide debris. The front of the house was covered by accumulated mud, with the main door displaced tens of meters away. Guangzhou emergency management officials estimated the landslide volume at approximately 6,000 cubic meters, occurring about 20 meters behind the house. It's over. It's over. Residents' homes in Maoming, Guangdong have been flooded, with chickens reportedly raised by locals placed on large tables inside their houses for safety. Both the interiors and exteriors of homes are submerged in water. Additional footage shows the entire Hehua town in Maoming submerged under floodwaters.
Right outside the town hall, it's like an ocean.
Recently, Guangxi has also been severely affected by disasters. On May 17th and 18th, heavy rains struck cities including Yulin, Baise, and Beiliu, triggering rare floods. Official reports confirmed 3 deaths and 1 missing person in Lanshan County, Baise, and 1 fatality due to floodwaters in Yulin. However, the actual situation is believed to be much more severe. Videos show floodwaters inundating Yongzhou in Guilin, Guangxi.
Woke up from sleep. The security booths all soaked like this. It's done for. Another night of rain, and the cars are soaked like this.
Footage from Shizai Town, Wuzhou, Guangxi reveals streets submerged as floodwaters surge, washing away vehicles and household belongings. On May 18th, Shizai Town experienced torrential rain, with the local meteorological station recording over 140 millimeters of rainfall in 2 hours. Netizens reported widespread flooding, with numerous cars swept away. Staff from a local auto repair shop confirmed that many vehicles were damaged or submerged by the floodwaters. According to official sources, a series of secondary disasters, including landslides and collapses, occurred, impacting multiple villages. As of 6 p.m. on May 18th, preliminary numbers showed approximately 1.6 acres of crops damaged, about 120 meters of road collapsed, 10 bridges severed, 60 houses affected, 47 vehicles urgently relocated, 15 vehicles water damaged, and 330 people impacted, with over 100 evacuated for safety. The Guangxi Zhuang Autonomous Region Hydrological Center reported on May 19th that between 8 a.m. on May 18th and 8 a.m. on May 19th, heavy rainfall struck cities including Yulin, Nanning, Laibin, and Wuzhou. 5 rivers in Guangxi experienced floodwaters exceeding warning levels. The Central Meteorological Observatory warned on May 18th that over the next 3 days, parts of Jiangnan, South China, and eastern southwest China will continue to see heavy precipitation and severe convective weather. Ms. Chen, a resident of Beiliu, Guangxi, told Western media that several towns near her home are flooded. She described landslides destroying homes, with severe damage from mudslides and flooding. 3 people have died, and 1 person remains missing. On the morning of May 20th, persistent rain affected multiple areas in Guangxi. The famous tourist sites of Guilin's Yangzhou, including the Lijiang and Yulong rivers, saw rapidly rising waters, causing bamboo raft services to suspend operations. Local guides reported cars near the Lijiang riverbanks submerged in water. Tour guide Mr. Zhang from Guilin explained that the rivers in the area are relatively narrow, so rainfall from the mountains quickly accumulates, causing sudden surges in water levels. Chinese water management officials have noted that recent flooding in the country is often accompanied by deliberate reservoir water releases, a practice that has become routine. While some criticize these releases, others view them as normal, emphasizing the importance of timely warnings. Water management expert Wang Weiluo told Western media that calling these releases normal is inaccurate, due to the concept of flood control levels in China's reservoirs. According to official sources, the flood control level is the maximum water level allowed during the flood season. If exceeded, water must be released. Wang explained that the flood control level is set quite low in reservoirs. For example, the Three Gorges Dam's flood control level is at 145 meters above sea level, while its normal water storage level is 175 meters. The volume between these two levels, about 22.15 billion cubic meters, is reserved for floodwater storage. Releasing water immediately upon exceeding the flood control level would eliminate this flood storage capacity. However, Wang said the current practice of releasing water as soon as the flood control level is exceeded is driven by China's Reservoir Chief Responsibility System. Managers, fearing dam failure due to structural concerns, prefer to release water early. He said Xi Jinping has pushed the responsibility down to the lowest level, so when reservoir managers sense danger, they release the water. He added, for reservoirs to function effectively in flood control, it is essential to have accurate and timely weather forecasts to anticipate rainfall intensity, duration, and potential follow-up storms. Without reliable meteorological data, reservoir operations risk errors. Other countries also conduct controlled releases, but typically divert water to sparsely populated areas. For example, in 2011, the United States opened the Morganza Spillway in central Louisiana, directing floodwaters from the upper Mississippi River into the sparsely populated Atchafalaya Basin wetlands to protect New Orleans from flooding. Wang noted that in Western countries, compensation is provided for flood damage caused by releases. Insurance companies cover losses when insured properties are flooded, and governments assist uninsured victims through funds. He said that in Germany, for instance, compensation for flood damage often includes replacement with new homes. This contrasts sharply with China's approach. While southern China battles flooding, northern regions face record-breaking heat. The first large-scale heat wave of the year has peaked, with temperatures surpassing 40 degrees Celsius in parts of Hunan and Hebei provinces. Cities such as Zhengzhou reached 40.6 degrees Celsius, Xi'an 39 degrees, and Taiyuan 38.1 degrees, with maximum temperatures expecting to reach 39 degrees. Each city has set new temperature records for May. Many residents in Henan expressed frustration on social media, describing the heat as unbearable. Videos showed electric bike seats burning, dogs with paws trembling from the heat on the footpath, and pedestrian slippers melting on the pavement. According to reports from China National Radio, stepping outdoors feels like facing a heat wave directly, with ground temperatures measured at 63.1 degrees, and bicycle seats reaching 73 degrees under the sun. Jimu News reports that high temperatures have boosted business at local tea shops, with continuous customer flow. Food delivery riders told reporters their phones overheated and they felt dizzy, leading some to reduce working hours during midday heat. Hunan Meteorological Service warned of high temperatures and dry, hot winds affecting parts of central, eastern, and northern Hunan from May 19th to 21st. Meteorologist Zhang Bin from China Weather Network said the heat wave is not expected to last long. Starting May 22nd, temperatures will drop significantly across northern regions, with some areas cooling by over 15 degrees by May 23rd. Before the recent flooding and heat waves, China experienced a series of extreme weather events over the past month, including strong winds, sandstorms, heavy snow, rainstorms, and hail, many of which are considered once-in-a-century phenomena. For instance, on May 8th, Yongzhou County in Hunan was hit by a severe hailstorm with winds up to force 13, damaging roofs and uprooting trees. On the same day, Xi'an in Shanxi Province saw a combination of strong winds, heavy rain, hail the size of eggs, and frequent lightning, creating an icy spectacle on the streets. On May 7th, Yongzhou City in Qinghai Province was engulfed in an orange dust storm, with stand walls hundreds of meters high rolling in rapidly. Parts of Gansu also experienced strong winds and sandstorms, leading to temporary closure of tourist sites like Dunhuang's Crescent Lake. On May 5th, during the traditional Chinese solar term Li Xia, Baoding in Hebei Province was struck by rare hail lasting about 10 minutes. On April 19th, after enduring 6 months of drought and recent extreme heat, 15 counties and districts in Guangxi, including Baise, Hechi, and Liuzhou, were struck by severe weather featuring force 12 winds accompanied by hail. From April 11th to 13th, 23 provinces experienced winds exceeding force 12, breaking historical records at 64 national meteorological stations. Sandstorms swept across half the country, reaching as far south as Guangdong and Hunan Provinces. Inner Mongolia and northeast China saw heavy snowfall, with accumulations of 10 to 34 centimeters. Meanwhile, southern regions experienced simultaneous thunderstorms, hail, and strong winds. These fierce winds are quite rare. Gansu, Ningxia, Shanxi, Beijing, and Hunan provinces reported gusts of force 14 to 15. 16 monitoring stations in Beijing reported strong winds between force 12 and 14, with Mintogo district reaching force 14. Even southern provinces such as Hubei, Shanghai, and Zhejiang recorded winds exceeding force 10. Commentator Zhang Jing wrote that the concentration of so many rare and historic extreme weather events in such a short period is viewed by ancient Chinese wisdom as a sign of disasters and anomalies. These were believed to be warnings and condemnations from heaven to humanity. The root cause of these disasters, according to this belief, lies in governance failures. In today's China, this corresponds to the Communist Party's one-party rule, mismanagement, social decay, ideological control, and tragic reality of people being treated as mere resources.